In this video, I'm going to show you how to create amazing YouTube thumbnails with the help of AI and Nano Banana 2. And the AI tool that we're going to be using has everything that we need to create these thumbnails. So we're inside of Poppy, and as you can see, we have some thumbnails generated that I want to show and give you proof first that they actually work. And you can see that this is entirely generated by AI, and I think it looks amazing. The text looks good, and even the interface for the image that it's displaying for ChatGPT looks amazing. And that is just one of many of the thumbnails that I've created, and I'm creating a bunch more. So I'm going to have the AI prompt and also the negative prompt and Poppy AI in the description of the video. I am an affiliate, but you can also get a coupon code using Eddy, EDDY, and I'm also going to send over the prompts. They're going to be in the bottom of this video. And you can see that this looks so amazing. And I actually got this inspiration from Alex Ramosey's recent video on AI, and I had Poppy generate an inspiration thumbnail with me in it. And here's another great example where we added a grainy effect, and you can see that the YouTube logo design, everything looks pretty much accurate. And if you really wanted to make some tweaks, you can continue to use Poppy AI to make those changes. And I could go on, but you can see that these thumbnails look great, and it's all just basically AI generated. So if you're someone who's like me and doesn't want to continue generating images on their own and doesn't want to outsource, Poppy AI is essentially going to make this a lot easier for everyone. And what we need to do in order for this to actually work is have a clear image of yourself. So like a nice headshot picture. And if you don't have any, you can go ahead and use your camera, whether it's a professional camera or your mobile device, or if you have a YouTube channel already and you already have like a clear headshot via a video, you can screenshot that. That's what I did. And just make sure that it is not blurry. You can easily see the full frame and the lighting is not off, because if any of those things are not correct, then the image for the AI is going to look really bad and the output is not going to work. So since we're inside of Poppy, we want to actually get comfortable with the interface, and it's really simple. It's a white canvas style board, kind of like Miro, but it's essentially AI native. And we're going to go ahead and create a new chat. On the left hand side, you can see that we have all of these options to start creating content with, or researching content and inputting our own files or social media material. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a screenshot and upload it to this canvas. And you can see that this is my simple screenshot. It looks pretty good. It's not too blurry, and you can see my full frame, and the lighting is very balanced. Now our next step is we're going to go ahead and add in a chat box, which is going to contain the AI model that we want to use, which is Nano Banana. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on C, which is going to open up a new chat, and it's connected to my headshot. You can see here on the chat board, we have Nano Banana 2 already baked in, and you can see that we have other AI models if we're, using it for content writing or research. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to start off with a simple AI image generation for our thumbnail, and we're going to do easy mode, and we're going to create a simple prompt of what we want. And as it is essentially just telling the AI model exactly what you want without any other reference images or inspiration, just from prompting it. So all I need to do is just paste that prompt in here. Some of the most important things that we want to make sure is that we have a simple composition. So we want them to follow this exactly. Eddy, which is the title of my headshot, is positioned on the right side of the frame. Shot is chest up, where you can see my head, shoulders, and torso. Pointing must all be visible. And you can see also the expression. You want to add like some kind of expression, especially depending on the topic of the video. And I want to give myself a hoodie instead of wearing this shirt, and I'm going to make it blue. And then you can continue adding or refining the prompt further, but just for the sake of the video, we're going to stick with this. Now, one very important thing that I recommend everyone, so you don't get any hallucinations or face altering, is you want to include a negative prompt of what you don't want to change. And I call this like a face and identity rule. So you want to make sure that Poppy or any AI tool that you're using does not override this prompt. And essentially what we want to say is that we wanted to preserve the face exactly shown in the reference photo here. We do not want it to alter, enhance, smooth, slim, or stylize the features in any way. Don't use any AI skin smoothing. It's okay to change specific things needed depending on like the composition, like the zooming in or zooming out, which is totally fine. So we're going to go ahead and connect that to our chat here, and we're ready to show this YouTube thumbnail example. And there we go. You can see this cute little Poppy logo. and it's creating the image for us. Usually takes about a minute or so, not too long. And we got our thumbnail. I think it looks great already, and you can make this a full screen image so we can check it out. And look how amazing this looks. I mean, it looks just like me. The hairline, the beard, the facial features, and then we got the exact text in the content area that we wanted, and we got the search bar. So all of this looks great. You can continue even refining it further if needed. But we even got the dark blue background with a little bit of graininess to it. I mean, overall, this looks insane just with the simple prompt method that we followed. And you can see that it barely wasted any credits. I was at 1,034 and now I'm at 1,014. So you can do the math. It's not too bad. Now, let's say we wanted to continue refining it further. You could either connect it to a new chat, or you can just click on AI edit, and I can say something like, give me a very light blue hoodie instead and a beanie. So when you click enter, it's going to go ahead and create a new image output. All right, awesome. We got it. It just makes me laugh because I think it looks so good. Let me make this full screen. And overall, I mean, it did exactly what I wanted. It gave me a light blue hoodie and a light blue beanie, and my face still looks exactly the same. So I think overall, it did a good job. And again, you could, change the background color. You can change the text color. You can just change the text in general. You could add in more reference images. Like, let's say you wanted to include a specific logo or an image. You can have that input into the AI prompt. And I think as a, easy, simple start, anyone should be able to create thumbnails that look amazing without having to pay an arm and a leg or outsource this. So next up, we have inspiration or copy mode. I only recommend this by using it as inspiration and then making a few more subtle changes. You don't want to copy the YouTube thumbnail exactly, but again, just for the sake of this video and training, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, and then you can continue making more refinements to the prompt as necessary. So what you want to do here is you want to grab a reference image, such as another YouTube thumbnail, and then add your headshot into a board, and you're able to recreate that image with yourself in there. Again, you want to make sure that you have like a negative prompt, or at least just say, don't alter my face. So let me go ahead and show you how that looks like. So to keep it simple, this is the one I was explaining earlier, where I used Alex Hormozi's thumbnail as inspiration, and I included my headshot here as well. And here's the exact prompt that I used. I went ahead and say, created simple layout by matching the inspiration thumbnail exactly, which is this video here. And then I went ahead and made sure that it kind of adds me in the subject replacement with my chest up, no background, glow, and a simple edge blending into the dark background. I want to keep the information as is, but if you wanted to obviously change it, you can change the text to something completely different related to your own topic. I went ahead and included the style rules, which is making sure that everything stays the same, but I wanted to add a grainy background. And we were able to generate this image right here. So you can see how we got the entire thumbnail and it followed it to a T, like exactly. We have the thumbnail where it says AI is here, to 2026, 2027. We have the image of myself. I mean, the cutout looks basically perfect. The lighting looks amazing, and it still has the same shirt that I was wearing in my headshot. So you can see that this just looks amazing, like in every way. Now, again, you don't want to copy the other thumbnail exactly. So make those tweaks like I explained. And from here, we can continue making more refinements. So I can click on AI edit, and I'll say something like change the background to a dark blue and give the person a light brown hoodie. So you can see here that's going to start making that change for us. Boom, there we go. It's created the new thumbnail with the dark blue background and the light brown hoodie, and it created the title for us. So I think this also looks amazing. Overall, I mean, Poppy AI with Nano Banana and the Canvas style editor just is like overpowered in my opinion. I mean, just imagine how many times you can do this over and over again until you have like a set of templates and thumbnails for your channel, for your clients' channels. You could start selling this as a service. Again, you could do this for your own channel, just like I am.
And by the end, you could have hundreds of templates already pre-built with your face on it.
And you can just change the text. You can take it to another editor if needed and make more tweaks. But with Poppy, it's super simple just to make thumbnails that convert, look great, and it takes about 1 to 2 prompts.
Just to give you some inspiration, this is just one of my boards with thumbnails that I've been practicing and
Messing around with and I've been using for my own channel. You could see that there's a ton of boards, there's a ton of thumbnails. I mean, it's honestly really fun for me. I think it's great. For another example, I mean, I did this for one of my colleagues' channels. I would say I've worked with him before. This is someone named Matt, Geek Psychology. You know, he asked me how I did this with Poppy, and he said he wasn't getting the right output. So I told him, if you're not getting the right output, you can also try JSON prompting or XML prompting. And you can see that I grabbed 3 screenshots from his YouTube channel. This is just 3 headshots from his channel. I connected it to a board, and then I went ahead and used a JSON prompt just to make it easier if you're not getting the right output for any reason. And you can see that we went ahead and created this amazing thumbnail in 1 generation. I mean, it looks just like him. The hairstyle, he wears like these kind of like shirts and stuff, so I wanted to add that into the prompt. He works with INFP clients, so I had the content area fill that in with that text and like a brain. So this is perfect. This is 1 prompt, and I'm sure he could reuse this whenever he wants. So with Poppy, you can essentially create amazing thumbnails just like that. Now, another thing you can try is illustrating something. So let's say you have a sketchbook or like an iPad and you draw out what you want as a thumbnail. You can include that into Poppy, and you can create a thumbnail with your headshot reference or whatever the main subject is and use that
illustration to create your thumbnail as well.
So some extra advice to end this off is if you're not getting the proper prompts and outputs, then I'd highly recommend that you try JSON prompting or XML prompting. This is a lot more advanced, but it works because the AI model can barely make any mistakes as it's following this prompting method. I highly recommend doing that
if you're not getting the right inputs or outputs with conversational prompting like I was showing you. But you'll have all of those prompts in the bottom of this description, so you can use that for yourself either way. So that is how you use Poppy AI. Again, you can use my coupon code at EDDY, and I'll have all of the resources in the bottom of the video. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out in the bottom as well on the comment section. I'll be happy to help you out if you're not getting the right output. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.